Tonight's game is powered by Clico. Clico wishes the Sacred Heart Trojans a successful season this year. Go Trojans! Go Trojans from Dr. Brandon Fontenot and staff, located at 421 Jack Miller Road in Ville Platte. Dr. Brandon provides internal medicine services along with all of your endoscopy needs. Dr. Brandon accepts most major insurances and is currently accepting new patients. So give them a call today at 337-363-5684. And once again, Go Trojans! Dr. Jake LaFleur is a proud supporter of Sacred Heart Trojan Athletics. His practice covers primary care for adults, including annual wellness visits, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer screenings, and more. Call his office at 337-363-7036 or come by 503 Jack Miller Road to schedule an appointment. Most insurances are accepted. Go Trojans!
Our fondest memories are those centered around people we care about. Fishing with Grandpa, hunting with Dad, cooking on the porch, or just sitting by a fire telling the good old stories. Being around the people that we trust, we respect, and whom we know will always be there to help us when we need them. Just like the Evangeline Bank. Just like an old friend or family member. It's our heritage. It's who we are. It's what makes Evangeline, well, Evangeline.
That's the Evangeline Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Go ahead.
Some life events you can anticipate, while others surprise you. Some are significant enough to affect your household finances, your investment strategy, and even your vision of the future. This is when meeting with an experienced financial professional counts. Brandy Fontenot at Fontenot Financial Services can help pre-retirees and retirees plan in anticipation of life events, as well as adjust plans in response to unexpected changes. They are prepared to help clients through their life and retirement transitions and make any necessary changes. Give her a call, 337-363-2346, or stop by 1301 West LaSalle Street in Ville Platte. HealthWorks Rehab is ready to get you back into the game. Physical therapists Andy Poche, David Vidrine, and Clay Landrino are pleased to sponsor this broadcast for the Do or Die Trojan family. Call for an appointment at our Ville Platte Clinic at 1477 West LaSalle Street, 363-2600, or in Mamou at Sava Medical Center, 468-0460. That's HealthWorks Rehab, helping everybody work. The Law Office of Jacob Fuselier is pleased to sponsor this broadcast of Trojan Athletics. With offices in Ville Platte, Jacob Fuselier offers quality legal services to this community. So please call 363-6661 for all your legal needs, and let's go Trojans.
My name is Doris J. Latchley. At 33, I had a triple bypass. When I came here to Mercy, I don't know, the people were just friendly. Everything was so fast, so smooth. Everything flows here. And the people, it's just the down home, everything, y'all. It's like, I came in, it was so fast. The smaller hospital, the better the care, the more it's family. And they're really there for you. There's always a nice smile here. It really is. Like, everything was just awesome. It was the best experience I ever had. Any hospital was here.
Best of luck to the Sacred Heart Trojans from Nason Swallow Allstate and the Swallow family. Allstate Insurance Agent Nason Swallow is now open for business and ready to serve you. Born and raised in Ville Platte, Nason is committed to providing our community and surrounding areas with the best insurance products and services. A local agent that you can count on to help protect all that matters in life. The friendly staff at Nason Swallow Allstate will set your mind at ease and will even do the switching and paperwork for you. Stop by or call today. Nason Swallow Allstate, 222 North Chautauqua Street in Ville Platte. Call 337-363-6767. At this time, Perry's Tire and Service, a proud supporter of the Sacred Heart Trojans, would like to remind everyone of their services. In addition to tires, Perry's Tire Service offers oil changes, brake services, alignments, and minor engine repair. They are located at 903 West Lincoln Road in Ville Platte. Give Kevin or Lisa a call at 337-363-5621 for all of your automotive maintenance needs. When it comes to you and your family's health care, you do have a choice. Savoie Medical Center is the only nonprofit medical facility in Evangeline Parish. We offer a wide array of services, including behavioral health, medical detox, a 28-day substance abuse program, plus comprehensive cancer care at Savoie Cancer Center. At Savoie Medical Center, we still believe in the importance of family and community, a feeling that is obvious when you walk into our hospital. You can count on us to live our mission daily by extending the healing ministry of Jesus Christ, by taking care of your family like our family.
Good afternoon and welcome to Lady Trojan Softball Field. This is Nick Vail here with Coach Hollywood, here to call Sacred Heart Trojans versus St. Thomas More girls softball. This pregame is brought to you by Dr. Brandon Fontenot and Mercy Regional Center. We'd also like to thank the administration for allowing us to broadcast this game. And the Blue and Gold Sports Network is an affiliate of the Blue and Gold Champ Club, commonly known as the Booster Club. For your enjoyment of this free broadcast, please consider a small contribution. Blue and Gold Sports Network is run by volunteers, therefore your contributions do not pay us. Your contributions directly support our student athletes. We help to provide our students with things like t-shirts, team meals, sports equipment, field maintenance, uniforms, chartered buses, and much more for both high school and elementary students. You can find our PayPal and Venmo links in the description of this YouTube event. You might have to click the word more to see the event description. No contribution is too small. Thank you in advance for your generosity.
Well, good afternoon, Nick. This is Todd Ardoin here at Lady Trojan Softball Field, getting ready to call this afternoon contest between the St. Thomas More Lady Cougars versus your Sacred Heart Lady Trojans. It's going to be a tough one today, Nick. Lady Trojans going to have to be on point. It's kind of one of those days where you almost have to play the perfect game. St. Thomas More comes in with a record of 24-2 on the year.
And that's not against weak competition, huh, Todd?
No, that's correct. I mean, they go out there and they play some of the best competition out there in the state, year in and year out. And they're pretty sure they're ranked number one in the Division I Select, if I'm not mistaken. If not number one, number two, but I'm pretty sure number one. They're going to hit the ball. They're going to pitch well. They have a ton of speed. They're going to have 3-4 lefties up there. Some are slappers, some aren't slappers. So it's going to be a challenge for our Lady Trojans here today.
I guess I'm looking forward to seeing it because, of course, this is my first year seeing with high school sports. So I want to see what a team like this looks like.
Yeah, it's anytime we get an opportunity to watch some good softball, hopefully it's from our club, but just watching good softball in general, it makes for a good game.
Yep.
So while we're waiting for the announcement of our players and the national anthem and whatnot, I'll give you the visiting Lady Cougars starting lineup. Leading off, playing center field is Emma Bailey. In left field, Addison Lafferty. Playing shortstop is Kennedy Stutes. Doing the catching today is Cheyenne Irving. Playing in right field is Logan Rap, I believe. Rope. Playing first base is Gracie Smith. On the hot corner at third base is Ava Segura. Playing second base is Remy Deans, I believe it's pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
The DP today is Reese Pratt, who is hitting for Anna Kate Benoit in the flex position and is also the starting pitcher for the Lady Cougars.
So just a little update on your Sacred Heart Trojans. We are ranked 5th in Division 4 with a record of 14-8. We went and played at Cecilia last night and pulled out a win 4-2 in the last couple of innings.
Yeah, it was a big power rating win for the Lady Trojans. You know, every victory is good, and we'll touch on that today. Playing St. Thomas More, like I said, with a record of 24 wins and being in Division One. So with that, just for them showing up today, Nick, it's a minimum of 31 points.
Wow.
Or 30 points, I should say, because the way it works is you get the wins of your opponent plus 2 points for every division that they are above you. And we're Division 4, they're Division 1. So that's 6 extra points.
Yep, and they have 24 wins.
They have 24 wins. So from the get-go, it's 30 points. If we were to lose today, there'll be an extra win for them, hence 31 points.
Gotcha.
Then if we win today, which hopefully we do, every win is 20 points, plus the wins for the opponents.
So a little 50 burger?
Plus the extra line for the up in class. So yes, a little extra 50 burger, like you said. So they're announcing our starting lineup now. I did not get the batting order, but I could see Amelia Fontenot is going to be doing the pitcher duties. Looks like Joe B. Vidrine is going to be at third. Taylor Darbone at shortstop. J.C. Pete at second base. Kylie Shiver at first. We're going to pause now for the playing of the national anthem. Okay, we're gonna toss it over to David Dare this time.
Okay, Todd's running over to get a copy of the Trojan lineup. But for now, we're about to kick off the top of the first defensive alignment. We have Jenna Vaillant in left field. We have Jody Landry playing center field. Catherine Larson is in right. Callie Shivers at first base. J.C. Peets at second. Taylor Darbone at short. Jolie Vidrine at third. Rose Ordwin catching, and Amelia Fontenot is on the mound. Dimensions here at Lady Trojan softball fields, 200 feet all the way around.
All right, Nick, I just ran out there to get our starting lineup. And it looks like Jolie Vidrine will be leading off, J.C. Pete playing second, Taylor Darbone playing short, Amelia doing the pitching, Jody Landry in center field, Catherine Larson in right field, Jenna Vaillant in left, Aubrey Gilby is the DP, Callie Shiver at third, and in the, I'm assuming, the flex position, Rose Ordwin doing the catching duties. So here comes the last one, my pitch from Amelia, the throw down from Rose, down to second base, and we're going to get this game going. Leading off for the St. Thomas More Lady Cougars is the lefty Emma Bailey, wearing number 7 and playing center field for Lady Cougars here. Again, a ton of speed on this team.
She doesn't look slow, Todd.
No, it's one of those deals where, you know, lefties up, like I said earlier, some are lefties, some aren't. Lots of speed. They're going to have to be quick, anticipate the bunt. Outfield's going to have to do a great job cutting balls off in the gap to eliminate extra bases here. So here we go. Beautiful day here at Lady Trojan Park. Softball field, excuse me. As we're about to get this one going here. As it looks like
the umpire has shoot a photographer off of the field.
Yeah, and you know, she was prepared with her batting helmet. I guess technically we would have to have a dead ball zone for press. So Emma Bailey steps in. Here comes the first pitch from Amelia. Called strike one on the lower half, but we'll take it. As she did show to be a slapper here. But just speaking from experience, we played this team last year. I know they got a lot of the same players, and there's the bunt laid down back to the pitcher. She's going to beat that out very easily. Like I said, tons of speed. I would expect them to be rampant on the bases here.
Yeah, so I'm blocked directly by the pitcher. You're gonna have to call pitches for me. But that was a bunt right back to the pitcher, and she beat it about 3 or 4 steps.
Yeah, like I said, corners and pitchers, they're really going to have to do a great job of filling their position. So for the Lady Cougars is Addison Lafferty. Here comes the pitch. Squares the bunt.
Stay and put it first.
Looks like she pulled it back for ball 1. So it looks like Lady Cougars going to look to potentially play some small ball here earlier. I would fully expect Emma to be on the move here on this next pitch.
Yeah, showed bunt on the first one just to see what the defensive lineman was.
The pitch, and there she goes. That was attempted bunt foul. I could tell you exactly what they're doing.
Going first to third?
First to third in a heartbeat.
Yep.
Because third base was wide open. Rule of thumb is pitcher, third base, whoever does not field the bunt needs to get to third base or the left fielding in. Sometimes it's hard for that left fielder, especially with a righty, because they're playing normal depth.
Well, I would yell at her to cover third, but I would hurt their listeners' ears.
There's the 1-1 high. Run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. No score here in the top of the first inning. Sacred Heart Lady Trojans versus the visiting Lady Cougars from St. Thomas More. Amelia Fontenot. Here comes the 2-1. Squares the bunt again. It's up again and just foul out of the reach of Jolie Vidrine. Addison, the hitter, bunted it foul, but up in the air, just out of the reach of third baseman Jolie Vidrine, like I said. So that's going to run the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still would not fall asleep on the runner at first, as they are a threat to run at any given time now. So 2-2 coming. Here's a pitch.
Oof, right at Todd. Come on, Todd.
Thank God for that net, because that was right at me. It made me jump a little bit there.
I tell you what, I'm watching her feet right before the pitch came. She inched a little closer to the plate. She's right on top of that puppy.
Yeah, you'll see that a lot. Good hitters will make that adjustment. Here comes the 2-2 outside and high. Run the count to full. So full count, nobody out. Run on first for the Lady Cougars here, top of the first inning. Had a leadoff bunt base hit, and 2-hole Addison Lafferty up here with a full count. Here comes the pitch, and it hits her.
Yep.
Amelia tried to come inside, and it just got away from her, hit her. So that's going to put runners on first and second with nobody out. Not the start you want to get off to against a team like this. Kind of like we said earlier, Lady Trojans will have to pretty much play a flawless game here. See if she can maybe roll us a ground ball, double play here. Stepping up is Kennedy Stutes, number 20, hitting from the right side. There's a pitch, change up, ball in the dirt.
Yep.
And immediately the runners are off. They're running before the ball hits the dirt. So great anticipation by those girls. And that'll move the runners up to second and third. So that was a change up, trying to get Kennedy on her front foot. Nobody out, runners at second and third for the Lady Cougars. 1 ball, no strikes to 3-hole hitter Kennedy Stutes. Here's the pitch. Up high for ball 2. Sometimes, Nick, you 3-hole hitter, you say, oh, maybe pitch around them, but, you got Cheyenne Irvin in the on-deck circle, and I've seen her hit many balls a long way, so it's not like you can pitch around one and get to the next one.
Look, when you're playing a team in this caliber, there's no pitch around. There's no easy outs in the lineup to get
it. There's a pitch fouled back. You got to count the 2 balls, 1 strike.
You got to try to get it when you can.
Yeah, in the situation here, ideally a strikeout would be great, but if we could trade an out for a run at this point in the game,
that's right.
You definitely would take that, trying to eliminate the big inning.
Yep.
2 balls, 1 strike to 3-hole hitter Kennedy Stutes. Here's the pitch. Nice change up for a strike. A beautiful pitch by Amelia.
The 2-2 right here.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me if Rose comes back with that same pitch. But again, it's you can't pitch around them. You can't waste too many pitches here. There's the same pitch and it's fouled back. Good piece of hitting. Just to get a piece of it, foul it off. So there's two changeups in a row.
Yeah,
so,
maybe you've slowed her down enough.
Yeah, see if maybe run something in on her hands. We'll see what the call is here. 2-2 on the hitter, Kennedy Stutes. Nobody out, runs at second and third. There's the pitch up and in. I'm guessing was a rise ball because Rose did like the pitch. Just a little out the zone. Like I said, these hitters are very good, very disciplined. They're more than likely will not chase many pitches out the zone. Full count here. I'm noticing the on-deck hitter is very, very close.
Yes.
And that's ball 4 up in the zone. So bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah, I'm gonna come talk to her. Yeah, bases loaded, nobody out, and we had a bunt to the pitcher, a hit by pitch, and a walk.
Yeah, with the 4-hole hitter coming up.
Yeah.
Again, try and get out this inning with minimal damage, and that would be a win for Lady Trojans here at the top of the first. I may be mistaken, Nick, but I believe after the second hitter, I saw Jenna Manuel running out the dugout, going down to the bullpen to loosen up.
She did really well last night. She pitched the whole game last night at Cecilia, and she did really well. I was really impressed.
Yeah, she did. That's really her first extensive action for the year, coming back from injury, that knee injury.
Yep.
And she pitched a beautiful game, and the Trojans got the win, like you said, 4-2. So here we go. Nobody out. Bases loaded. First pitch called strike on out of half to 4-hole hitter Cheyenne Irvin. Yeah, we'll take like I said, a ground ball double play here, or a little flare on the infield that's caught. The pitch called strike again. So no balls, 2 strikes on Cheyenne. Just kind of shaking her head there like she didn't agree with that one, but it looked pretty much over the middle of the plate to me, Nick.
Yep, look good from here.
So here comes the 0-2. There's going to be a waste pitch, and not enough of a waste. That got a lot of the plate, and we got away with one right there. As we said earlier, the margin of error is very, very slim. So 0-2, nobody out. Bases are loaded for the visiting Lady Cougars, top of the first inning. Lady Fontenot gets her signal. Here's the pitch. Change up that gets away for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beautiful day out here today, Nick.
It is. And she's ahead right here, 1-2, but I don't want to see too much waste because we got the bases loaded, nowhere to put her. Let's make her earn it.
It's a good pitch on the outer half. She just did an excellent job fouling it away. And I heard a vehicle. As I can't see it. The bus is parked right here on the road. If you're familiar with our field, the road is right on top of the field.
The acoustics didn't sound promising.
Here comes the 1-2. Ball up. Run the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes on cleanup hitter Cheyenne Irving.
I want some action right here. We don't want to get to 3-2 and get all the runs moving.
Make them earn it. Say that all the time. Pitchers, they beat around, chip, and next thing you know, you're down in a hole. That's a good pitch. That should be caught. Looks like Larson's camped out. She does make the play. Runners tag at second and third. So the Lady Cougars will score a run on a sac fly by Cheyenne, but we'll take that now. So now they got runners at first and third with 1 out.
And we do have the potential double play still in effect, but of course we have a lefty coming up, and she looks speedy as well.
She is. This is Gabby. I'm sorry. I was going to say Gabby Stutes. Gabby Stutes graduated. That was Kennedy's sister. This is Logan Raup, left-handed hitter. And of course, we got a courtesy runner at first for the catcher. And like Coach Pete normally does, first and third, we We don't throw down much. So now runners at second and third, still one out. Trying to take a look at our infielders. They look about midway. There's a pitch, fly ball to center field. Landry's camped, and she's got a good arm. So here comes the throw to home. Not in time. So the Lady Cougars will score another run on another sac fly to center fielder Jody Landry, but that'll be 2 outs.
Right, and the runner stayed put at second. She didn't go from second to third.
So 2-0 for the visiting Lady Cougars here in the top of the first inning. 2 outs, run on second. She hit her Gracie Smith, another lefty, Nick.
Yeah.
I told you they'd have a handful of them.
Yeah.
I believe that's 4, if I'm not
We
mistaken.
passed a handful now, Todd.
Squares the bunt. Takes the ball high and away. As I see Coach Wag over there for STM with the runner on second and the bunt coverage we're running. Taylor at shortstop is going to have to beat the runner from second down to third. That's a foul ball. Foul ball. And I think that's a really good call.
Yep.
Left-handed hitter Jolie at third was up tight to protect against the bunt, and she just slapped it right past her. But luckily for the Lady Trojans, it was just foul. Just foul. The other night, that was a fair ball.
Yes. I don't know if Dustin's got the replay at home, but I don't want to see it. There's nothing can be replayed. It's foul. It's foul.
So that'll run a count to 1-1, 2 outs. Top of the first. Here's the pitch. Squares the bunt again. Right back at the pitcher. As she's got to fill her position. Has to fill her position. If she can't fill her position, the Lady Cougars will exploit that all day long, Coach.
Yep.
So that'll go down as another hit on a bunt. And now the Lady Cougars got runners at first and third.
So I'm assuming they saw that we didn't throw down the last time. So you think they're taking second right here?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And listen, even if we do throw down, it's a tough day for a catcher.
Yeah.
Because they have really, really good speed. So 2 outs, runners at first and third. Lady Trojans down 2-0, top of the first. First pitch to Ava Segura is called strike. Runner stays put at first base. So Ava Segura, another girl that I know pretty well, can really swing it. Here comes the 0-1. There goes the runner, and it's fouled off. Good pitch by Amelia.
Both of those were up and inside. Just great.
Yeah, Ava fouled it off, but it was on her hands.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if she hits it, it's not going to be hit hard. I would come back with that same pitch, see if they can turn on it. 0-2. The runner at first was on the move, so I would expect that again. Change up down. In the dirt for ball 1. And the runner at first did not anticipate and read that. She remains there. Coach Wag down at third is hot on that.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the 1-2.
And there she goes.
Good pitch in again. Ground ball to third. Adrian over to first for the third out of the inning. So at the end of one half, it's Lady Trojan 0, visiting Lady Cougars 2. We'll be back.
Like to welcome to our family nurse practitioner Brooklyn Latour. Call Savoy Family Healthcare in Ville Platte at 337-363-0075 to schedule your appointment with Brooklyn today. Savoy Medical Center, our family healing yours.
Teats Food Store, located at 2210 West Main in Ville Platte, specializes in quality smoked meats. Their award-winning smoked pure pork sausage, tasso, and boudin is filled with flavor that will make you come back for more. And that's not all. Teats offers a full line of groceries, beer, wine, liquor, gas, and much more. Oh, and Teats will ship their smoked meats all over the country. Visit their website at teatsfoodstore.com or give them a call at 337-363-1839 for more details.
right, we're back here at Lady Trojans softball field. Going to the bottom of the first inning. Lady Trojans trailing 2-0 to the visiting Lady Cougars from St. Thomas More. Leading off for the Lady Trojans will be Jolie Deidring, number 25. Pick up the pitch. Ball high and away for ball one.
You know, all things considered, Todd, only giving up 2 right there. Bases loaded, nobody out. I'll take giving up 2, although they didn't have a clean base hit the entire inning, which is a little down, but we only gave up 2.
Yeah, we they got 2 hits on the inning, both on bunts back to the pitcher. That's part of the game. I understand that, but like I said, the positive of it, nothing was hit very hard. Here comes the 1-0. It's called strike for an account of 1-1. Ball was down and in. I would have taken it myself, but
even if she swings at that, she can't do anything with it.
No, that's right. That's right. One thing we hadn't talked about much is the wind. The wind is blowing out to left field today, so I would expect either from the Lady Trojans or the Lady Cougars for some balls to leave the yard today.
Well, that ball came off the bat at about 175 miles an hour.
And nearly took off, nearly hit our on-deck hitter, JC. So 1 ball, 2 strike. Leadoff hitter Jolie. There's a pitch. It's like a change-up that just swung right through for out number 1. So 1 out, bottom of the first. Up for the Lady Trojans, Jason Pete. Our second baseman on deck, Taylor Darbone. Our shortstop. So doing the pitching duties for Lady Cougars is Anna Kate Benoit. Don't know much about her. I just know she's not their ace. Right. There's a base hit by JC on the first pitch between a 5-6 hole to left field. And that'll give the Lady Trojans a runner with 1 out here in the bottom of the first.
She's just been steady all year long in the plate. First at bat last night in Cecilia, just roped one in the left center gap.
Yeah, it's she is. She's steady at it. Yep. She's the past 4 years she's been our most consistent hitter since her freshman year. Of course, now she's a senior. It brings up Taylor Darbone in a 3-hole. First pitch, called strike.
Oh no!
Okay. Again, I wouldn't have swung at it because you can't do anything with it. But it's part of it. Lady Trojans will have to make that adjustment.
We need to throw it right there, low and outside. Picture there.
Here comes the 0-1 to Darbone. Same pitch, ball slide to right. Right fielder camped out underneath it, next to play. Out number 2.
So I was watching during the warm-ups, Todd, they catch up around the second. We can stay put.
Yeah, I know. She's a good one. Again, one of those girls I've been watching since they.
I was gonna say, that's their cleanup hitter too, huh? Playing catch up.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Amelia Fontenot up, 2 outs, run on first. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Yeah, it's we'll talk about running here in a second. There's a ball hit to the shortstop. Does it on the short hop over the first base for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Lady Trojans go down. After 1, Lady Trojans trailing 2-0 to the visiting Lady Cougars. We'll be back.
T&J Ford, located at 1231 West Main Street in Ville Platte, wishes the Sacred Heart Trojans the best of luck. At T&J Ford, we're proud to serve the people of Ville Platte and surrounding communities with some of the most popular vehicles around Louisiana. We have a top-notch selection of brand-new vehicles to choose from, as well as an extensive inventory of pre-owned vehicles. Come by and check out our selection of crossovers, SUVs, and trucks. Plus, we have an in-house parts and service department for all your needs. That's T&J Ford. Call 337-363-2153. Or visit our website at tjfordinc.com. This game is brought to you in part by Total Automotive, 610 Tate Cove Road in Ville Platte. Total Automotive is your go-to place for all automotive repairs, tires, AC service, and much more. Total Automotive is an authorized CarQuest auto parts dealer featuring everything you need to get you back on the road with confidence. Total Automotive is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 7 a.m. to noon. Go Trojans! Total Automotive in Ville Platte. Call 337-363-7771.
All right, we're back here at Lady Trojan Field. Going to the top of the second inning, Lady Trojans trailing 2-0 to the visiting Lady Cougars. Up for Lady Cougars is your second baseman, Remy Guillians. I think I got that one right this time.
Where are we in the lineup there, Todd?
Yeah, 8-9-1.
8-9-1.
First pitch called strike on the inner half. So far, just, I don't know, it's a small sample size, but if I were a million rows, I would try and live on the inner half until they can show me that they can make that adjustment. Here comes the 1. Called strike, and
Work in and out right there. The outside corner of the car.
it's the same pitch that we were talking about against our hitters that we wouldn't swing at. But that's okay. If he's going to give it both ways, we'll take it.
Yep.
And just make the adjustment from there. 0-2. Pitch. Ground ball is short. Starbone boots it and then tries to make a play.
Tiger, she made it till she turned.
Starbone tried to make a play, makes a bad throw to first base. Rose, the catcher, was backing up the throw. She picked up the ball, and I'm assuming I know he called the runner out. That she
turned to start to go to second and then came back to the bag. And once you make that attempt to go to second, you're open game.
Correct. Yeah. She's a live runner. I thought she got back in, but I'm not going to argue.
I thought
so. That's one out for the Lady Trojans.
Yeah, I thought the tag was late myself.
So first pitch to the 9-hole hitter DP, Reese Pratt, is swinging foul back. Guess what, Nick?
What's that?
Another lefty.
Oh, man. A handful, he says. 1.5, Todd.
0-1. Lady Trojans trailing 2-0. Top of the second inning. Here's the pitch.
Beautiful.
Strike.
So while we had second, we'd like to say thank you to Perry's Tire, Kevin and Becky, Total Automotive with Ronnie, Seafood Marketing, Cajun Crawfish Tails, and Johnny Darmo.
Yeah, thanks to all of our sponsors who make this possible. There's the 0-2. Pitch up and away. It's a good pitch there.
Yep.
See if she can get her to chase. It's not a technically a waste pitch because it's believable there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the 9-hole hitter, Reese Pratt, in the DP position, which is the designated player. Here's a pitch. All in is a
that's gonna be
ball
trouble.
in no man's land. Falls in no man's land behind second base between center and right. Wind kind of held it up, I believe. Right off the bat, it looked like either center fielder or right fielder would have had a play on it, but it just kind of died in no man's land, like I said.
And now we turn the lineup back over to the top.
Yeah, Emma Bailey, another lefty. I would imagine Pratt at third has good speed. So 1 out. Here's the pitch. Squares to bunt. Ball's up high. Again, if she bunts, what she did her first at bat, back to the pitcher, and she beat it out, Amelia's going to have to really do a good job of fielding her position there. 1 ball, no strikes. There's the pitch. There's a swing and a miss
Slap
on
right through.
slap attempt. You know, this is a lefty slapper that can also power hit with speed.
So from this angle, so Taylor's shaded a little towards second, anticipating the runner going. When the pitch comes, Taylor's going to second. It is a huge opening.
Yeah. Well, so what you need to do there, in order to defend it, and it's a nightmare for
Right, and I
an
just saw
opposing coach.
when she tried to slap, and when I looked up, and she was trying to just slap the ball that way. It was a void.
Well, even if she hits it to Taylor where she's playing, she's
Right.
beating it out.
Yep.
We're not getting anybody out.
Yeah.
So in this situation, Taylor would need to move over and up into the 5-6 hole.
See,
Base hit
look,
because you can't
what a
throw them out.
premonition.
So she would need to move over and up, and then second baseman would have to be responsible for the bag on a steal.
Can I take a timeout 1 second and just say how awesome I was right there? Like a little tone normal. I called it. When I take over, the Vin Scully position for the Dodgers, I know he's dead, and somebody already took over. But I want that in my highlight reel.
So now, Lady Cougars stirring up trouble again here. The 2-hole hitter, runners on first and second with 1 out. Pitch gets away from Rose, down and in. Should have been caught. Runners advance to second and third. So just like that, the flawless game that you need to give yourself an opportunity. Up to this point, we're not exactly playing that.
Well, and we can't get any momentum going. It's just it's like we're fighting through every at bat.
Good pitch on the hands again at third baseman. Jolie checks the runner at third, keeps it there, makes the play at first for out number 2.
Look back, give her a little small pump fake, and then still made the play.
So the difference there, it was a right-handed hitter with not great speed, so you have time to do that. If that would have been a lefty, you do not have time to do that. Because if you check with a slapper lefty with speed, she's going to beat it out. So 2 outs.
And judging by the look of who's on deck, that means we're looking at the 3-hole hitter right here, Todd.
That is correct. Kennedy Stutes. There's the pitch. There's a fly ball to right. It's dying again in no man's land, but Larson made the adjustment, wasn't playing quite as deep, and caught that ball where that first one fell. So good job by her. So good job by the Lady Trojans to get out the inning with no runs given up. That's what it looked like. Could have been another disastrous inning. But we'll go to the bottom of the second. Lady Trojans trailing 2-0 to the Lady Cougars. We'll be back.
This game is being brought to you by Vidrine's Ace Hardware, located in Ville Platte and Rain. Go by and see Cody, Louise, Philip, and the staff for all your hardware needs. Vidrine's is fully stocked with paint, mulch, grills, plumbing supplies, lawn and garden supplies, hunting supplies, electrical supplies, and much more. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks. Go Trojans! Good luck, Trojans. From Capital Planning in Ville Platte, owners Todd, Marcus, and Amy Vale invite you to come in or call today. Capital Planning offers life insurance, retirement planning, tax planning, investments, and more. Capital Planning has been helping customers since 1989. They're located at 616 West Main Street in Ville Platte, or give them a call at 337-363-1797. Their office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. They hope to see you soon. Go Trojans! Tonight's game is powered by Clico. Clico wishes the Sacred Heart Trojans a successful season this year. Go Trojans!
All right, we're back here. We're back here at Lady Trojan Park, going to the bottom of the second. Jody Landry up. Lady Trojans trailing 2-0. First pitch to Jody. Takes it for one. I'm going to say that was high. Looked like a pitch I would want to swing at. Here comes the 1-0. Ball outside, ground ball at third baseman. Up with it over the first in time for out number 1.
While we have a second, I want to say thank you to a few more sponsors. We have Teats Food Store in Luke DeVille, Clico, Allstate Insurance with Nason Swallow, Fusilier and Associates with Jacob Fusilier, attorney at law.
1 out, bottom of the second. Catherine Larson, right fielder, up to bat here. There's a pitch. Falls down low for ball 1. Well, the one thing I could say, pitch for STM, she's not overpowering by any means.
No, I mean, we ought to be able to score some runs.
Yeah, this is good pitcher, but nothing that's going to overpower you. And like you said, we should be able to put up several runs. And I would imagine if they get into trouble, that they don't want to lose this game by any means.
Right.
But I would imagine if they get into trouble, they would bring in their ace So that pitch fouled off by Catherine Larson. Another left field line. Run a count to 1-1 strike. Here comes the 1-1. The change up on the outer half, down low for ball 2.
Just observing their outfield is playing really, really shallow compared to where we're playing.
Well, and I agree with that where they're playing. You know, you see more balls fall in front of you than you see balls hit over your head. You know, sometimes girls get enamored with the size of people, and don't get me wrong, you got to back up and whatnot. But if you play too deep, if you 3-5 feet from the fence, and the ball's hit over your head, well, it's over the fence. It doesn't do us a whole lot of good. So another foul ball. Here's the 2-2. That's ball to the right side. Right fielder's camped under it. Makes the play for out number 2. So Larson flies out to the right fielder. Up for the Lady Trojans is going to be Miss Jenna Vail. Freshman, getting quite a bit of playing time and doing a really, really good job this year. Good to see future girls looking bright for the Lady Trojans.
Well, I know you're obligated by courtesy to say that since I'm sitting here right by you. But I think
there's a shot. That's got a chance, Nick. That's got a chance, Nick.
That's our first
and
run.
it's gone, Nick. That's a shot. Just said it.
That's our first really she's ever hit in her entire career.
Doing a really great job, and Genevieve takes advantage and presses it over the left field wall for the first run. And like her dad sitting next to me says, her first home run ever in her career. It's a great job, Jenna. Congrats to her. Congrats to Dad here.
Well, it's about time. I mean, you know what I'm just she took her sweet time. Been watching her since she was 4 years old to do it, and she waited till now. But good for her.
Good job. Good job. So up for the Lady Trojans is going to be Aubrey Gilry in the DP position. Here's the pitch to Aubrey. Down the middle for strike 1.
Now, as opposed to Jenna, who hasn't had a lot of prolific power, this girl right here has all of it.
Yeah, she, especially with the swing, it would be pretty impressive to see. As the pitch fouled back. On the count to no balls, 2 strikes.
So, Todd, now that we have a second,
yes, sir.
What am I supposed to put on the Facebook post tonight? With her standing with the ball, I'm supposed to, is there any kind of standard comment I'm supposed to make, or
Nick, I mean, whatever you
do I hit it with the width or play it right down the middle, or what?
Whatever your inner dad says. There's the 0-2 down low. I don't do a very good job of those things. I always say, act like you've been there before.
But we haven't, Todd.
I know. No, I understand. So yeah, definitely relish the moment, Nick.
Gotcha.
And there's a call, strike 3 looking. Yeah, it's out. It's a good ball or 2 out, but he's been consistent calling that pitch. Again, Lady Trojans going to have to make that adjustment. So at the end of 2, Lady Trojans get 1 on the Jenna Vail home run. Lady Trojans trailing 2-1. We'll be back.
Go Trojans from Dr. Brandon Fontenot and staff, located at 421 Jack Miller Road in Ville Platte. Dr. Brandon provides internal medicine services along with all of your endoscopy needs. Dr. Brandon accepts most major insurances and is currently accepting new patients. So give them a call today at 337-363-5684. And once again, go Trojans. Dr. Jake LaFleur is a proud supporter of Sacred Heart Trojan Athletics. His practice covers primary care for adults, including annual wellness visits, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer screenings, and more. Call his office at 337-363-7036 or come by 503 Jack Miller Road to schedule an appointment. Most insurances are accepted. Go Trojans.
2-1 to the visiting Lady Cougars from St. Thomas More. Let's see if Amelia can settle in, have a clean inning here. A quick inning after we score a run there. Got the cleanup hitter Cheyenne Irvin up to bat here to lead off the top of the 3rd inning. There's pitch 1 called strike.
My apologies to the sponsors for my excitement, but that home run was brought to you by Healthworks Rehab, and the run in RBI brought to you by Nathan Swallow at Allstate. Thank you all.
0-1 to leadoff hitter Cheyenne Irving here in the top of the 3rd inning. Lady Trojans trailing 2-1. Here's a pitch from Amelia. Ball up and away. For ball one. On the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, every inning defensively is going to be a challenge for us. Just because they're so dangerous up and down the lineup. There are no weak spots that I've seen or know of. Here's the 1-1. Change up down in the dirt. That's a good take by the hitter on the count of 2 balls and 1 strike. So kind of like what we talked about. I mean, I know she can hit it a long ways, but you want to attack the zone. Make her earn it. Here's the pitch. Ball up and in.
So I don't know if this is accurate or not, but Chris Ludo texted me that this girl who's the catcher is committed to UL. So I don't know if he's just making that up for me to say his name on the air, but that's the information I was just given.
The 3-1. There's a shot to center. That's deep and that's gone. Line drive. Hit the dead center. Clears the wall for Cheyenne Irvin for a solo home run. That's going to make the score 3-1. Lady Cougars here in the top of the 3rd.
But again, it's just one. Make her earn it.
That's it.
You know, if we put her on with nobody out with that lineup, high probability she scores anyway. So make them do it.
That's right. Former coach of me always tell pitchers, make them earn it, because a walk is you're batting 1,000. If they put the ball in play, they're going to get themselves out, 6, 7 out of 10 times. I'll take those odds. So here's lefty, Logan Raup. Nobody out. Central leadoff hitter. There's a pitch. There's a fly ball down the left field line, drifting foul. Jenna Vayon gets to it and drops it right at the last second. She had it, and it just popped out of her glove there. So that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. That would have been a huge out there.
Yeah. She did the hard part.
Yeah, she tracked it well, got to it, and just didn't finish it. Here goes 0-1. Call strike, good pitch there again. Umpire's given quite a bit off the corners of the plate here, but he is consistent both ways. 0-2. Ball out, ball 1. Probably a waste pitch, but still believable to where the hitter can, at least attempt to swing at it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the 3rd, Lady Trojans trailing 3-1 to the visiting Lady Cougars of St. Thomas More. Here's the pitch. There's a shot to right field. Larson's camped down under it. Makes the catch for out number 1.
So Jenna owes Catherine a meal now for saving her. That ball didn't cost us just in that scenario.
Well, Nick, that's why you have 7 girls behind you. You want them to play, and you expect them all to do their job. So good job there, good pitch. So nothing hurt on that play. It's over and done with. So here comes another lefty, Gracie Smith. She did bunt last time for a hit back to the pitcher. There's a pitch. Ball, I'm going to say inside or high, regardless. Ball 1.
The outfielders have made an adjustment since that first inning. They're playing up a little closer than they were.
Well, Jenna's playing in the right position with the lefty slapper. There you go, slap to third base. Deidreen up with it over the first in time. When you play in like that, like on the infield, and they hit it hard to you, it's typically an easy play. It's the ones that they kind of tap and you have to, attack it, and it's get to it, get rid of it. Those extra half steps, half seconds make a big difference against slappers. So that's out number 2, 5-3 on the play. That'll bring up Ava Segura, the Lady Cougars. Curveball in the outer half, just missed. Not a bad pitch. Lady Trojans trailing 3-1, top of the 3rd inning. 1 ball. Here's a pitch. And it's a good pitch. It's gonna just hit the net for a foul ball. Good effort there by Jolie. Deidreen at third base. I think if the wind's not blowing out that way, it may hang up and stay in play. but it'll go as a foul ball. Strike one. Run the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. As stated many times throughout this game, dangerous hitter for the Lady Cougars here.
Good sized kid.
Here comes the 1-1. Oh, hit hard to Callie at first base. Bobbles it, but has time to recover for out number 3 for the Lady Trojans.
And that out at first brought to you by Perry's Tire and Savoy Medical Center.
So at the end of 2.5, it's Lady Trojans 1, visiting Lady Cougars 3. And we'll be back.
Back on the road with confidence. Total Automotive is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 7 a.m. to noon. Go Trojans. Total Automotive in Ville Platte. Call 337-363-7771. This game is being brought to you by Vidrine's Ace Hardware, located in Ville Platte and Rain. Go by and see Cody, Louise, Phillip, and the staff for all your hardware needs. Vidrine's is fully stocked with paint, mulch, grills, plumbing supplies, lawn and garden supplies, hunting supplies, electrical supplies, and much more. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks. Go Trojans! Good luck, Trojans. From Capital Planning in Ville Platte, owners Todd, Marcus, and Amy Vale invite you to come in or call today. Capital Planning offers life insurance, retirement planning, tax planning, investments, and more. Capital Planning has been helping customers since 1989. They're located at 616 West Main Street in Ville Platte, or give them a call at 337-363-17.
All right, we're back here. First hitter for the Lady Trojans to lead off the inning was Callie Shiver, and she's swinging at the first pitch and gets a base hit to left field. So Lady Trojans have the leadoff hitter on.
We're top of the lineup coming up, Todd. And I was saying during the break, we gave up the solo home run to the leadoff hitter of the inning in the last at bat. And then after that, we got the 5, 6, and 7 out with nobody on base. It was just besides the home run, played it really well. And got a little momentum going.
Yeah, see if we could, manufacture something here. Second time through the order against the same pitcher. See if we get something going. There's a pitch. There's a bunt attempt. Bunt is down. It's a good one. And she's safe at first base as Vidrine beats it out. It's a good bunt there by Vidrine.
Let's go.
And she has deceivingly good speed.
Yep.
A lot of people, because she's one of our bigger girls on the team, but she runs very well.
Well, with a lot of effort. I mean, she's trying to get there fast. So like you said, a little momentum. First 2 runners on, number 2 hitter up.
So Lady Trojans have the first 2 hitters at the bottom of the third on here. So runners at first and second. There's the pitch of the 2-hole hitter, JC Pete. Ball 1.
Get a few more sponsors. We want to say thank you to T&J Ford with Mr. Terrell and Jason and Savoy Medical Center.
Here's the pitch. Ball down, foul to third base side. We're going to count to 1 ball, 1 strike. So an opportunity for the Lady Trojans here to put something on the scoreboard. Down 3-1 here in the bottom of the third. 2-hole hitter JC up. As we mentioned earlier in her last at bat in the first inning, has been our most consistent hitter for the last 4 years. See if she can keep it going here. She squares the bunt. There it is. Bunt is down. It's a good one. Sack. First baseman fields it over to the second baseman covering at first for out number 1, but that's going to go for a sack bunt by JC Pete. Great job there.
Do the job that's asked of you.
So 3-4 on the play for out 1. So runners move over to second and third with Taylor Darbone up the bat here. And look, it wouldn't surprise me if Coach Pete gives the bunt again on the suicide.
I believe we did that last night for our first run of the game in Cecilia. We bunted 2 in a row.
With a squeeze play. There's pitch 1. Called strike. Again, not a good pitch that Taylor could really do anything with. So it's a good take on her part. Runners on second and third, 1 out. Bottom of the third. Lady Cougars, infield drawn in, so something hit hard to them. They come into the plate if she comes. There's the pitch. There's a weak ground ball. Gets past the shortstop. Coach was waving V-Drain in and pushed the break on the last minute. It's a good thing. It was an excellent throw by the left fielder. But that scores a run for the Lady Trojans as Callie Shiver comes in to score on a base hit by Darbone. So Lady Trojans got something going here. Runners at first and third. First and third with one out. Amelia Fontenot up to bat here. Your pitcher.
So same scenario. Do we try to take second? You think they give it to us? I mean, Taylor's clearly wearing a knee brace, so they know that there's something up.
Well, I mean, every coach is different. If I'm defensively with the catcher I have back there,
I'm not giving any base.
Absolutely not. Knowing that you can score runs, typically you can score runs. But the infield is drawn in, so it would be difficult for someone to cover the bag at second on the steal.
But Coach Pete thinking the same thing. Run a stay and put it first.
Ball down to ball two. So Jolie V-Drain at third base. Good. As we mentioned earlier, she just bunted for a base hit, so good speed there. There's a 2-0. There's a little flare to the second baseman who makes the play for out number 2. So that takes the bunt situation out. Yeah. And it definitely takes the opportunity to take second base.
Yeah, that RBI by Taylor Dormont was brought to you by Nason Swallow Allstate. Thank you, Nason. All right, it's going to take a hit.
So 2 outs. Runner still runs at first and third for the Lady Trojans. Jody Landry up to bat. Grounded out to a third baseman last time. Here's the pitch. Swinging and missed through a changeup. Like we said, the pitcher's not overpowering, but she spins it well. She locates it well, letting her defense work. As we only had 2 strikeouts. Here's the 0-1. Calls up. Yeah, base runners need to pay attention out there because Cheyenne will come up throwing, and it wouldn't take much for them to get caught on a pick on a throw behind. Here's the 1-1. Ball's out.
Well outside.
Ball's out for ball 2. 2-1. On a hitter, Jody Landry. Lady Trojans trailing 3-2 here in the bottom of the third inning. 2 outs. Runners on first and third. Here comes the 2-1.
Yeah.
Called strike again. That's that pitch. Probably the greatest pitch a pitcher can throw because the hitter can't do anything with it.
But now you got 2 on you, so you got to find a way.
Here's the pitch. Ball down. Okay, so now we got a full count. So Darbone should be on the move on the pitch. Full count, 2 outs. Hopefully she recognizes that.
Yeah, let's see. Coach Pete just looked at her and pointed to second.
Yeah.
So
Now, I would be Jolie. I would be on my toes here. That's an excellent opportunity for the catcher to throw behind. Catch the base runner falling asleep, but she didn't, and that's a ball down on its own, so a walk for Jody Landry to load the bases for Catherine Larson. So a big hit right here for the Trojans would at least tie it.
well, look, if you want to win games like this, this is the situations you got to capitalize on.
That's right.
You've put yourself in a position to score multiple runs in an inning, and just about seeing if we can be clutch, getting a clutch hit right here.
Yeah, Lady Trojans having some good at bats. Not swinging at bad pitches, executing some bunts here in this inning. As Coach Pete calls timeout, and I would assume that he is going to put a pinch runner for Taylor Darbone at second base, as she's playing with a torn ACL and a big knee brace. She is cleared, but she's not as fleet of foot as she used to be. So, yep, we're going to have a pinch runner, not a courtesy runner because she's not a pitcher or a catcher. It's going to be a pinch runner, Macy Drody, freshman coming in to run for Darbone. And Macy has good speed. So now a base hit, I would assume Coach Pete would be sending.
You got to at least try it. Yeah.
Unless it's hard and shallow, which we've mentioned earlier that the outfielders are not playing deep. So it probably would take something in the gap. Here's the pitch. Down in the zone for ball 1. Bases loaded. Bases loaded for the Lady Trojans. 2 outs. Bottom of the third inning. Lady Trojans trailing 3-2 to St. Thomas More Lady Cougars. Catherine Larson up the bat. Here's the 1-0. That's the pitch. That ball's out, and he continues to give it a strike. And for the record, I'm not complaining. I'm just stating a fact.
Yeah.
Again, he's been very consistent for both sides. So, both sides just have to make the adjustment. There's the 1-1. Same. That's it. Ball strike again.
Just got to put it to right center.
Yeah, the hitters talk to each other after every at bat, and they kind of explain where they're going. So they need to pick up on that. Here's the 1-2. Ball down in the dirt. Blocked by Cheyenne.
And if you need to take a half step closer to the plate, if they beat you on the inside pitch too, I mean, I know you got a chance at that, but if they're continuously going to throw that outside pitch, you're going to have to do something.
The 2-2. That's a shot. That's going to get
gap.
Down in the gap. That's going to score at least 2, possibly 3. Here comes Landry around in third. Here comes the play to home. It's a great throw, and she is out at the plate. An excellent job by the Lady Cougars on the throw and the relay. You couldn't have drawn it up any better than that, but a great job by Larson with a big base hit in the gap for the Lady Trojans that scored 2 runs. So the Lady Trojans go up 4-3 going into the top of the 4th.
Day through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. They hope to see you soon. Go Trojans. Tonight's game is powered by Clico. Clico wishes the Sacred Heart Trojans a successful season this year. Go Trojans. Go Trojans from Dr. Brandon Fontenot and staff, located at 421 Jack Miller Road in Ville Platte. Dr. Brandon provides internal medicine services along with all of your endoscopy needs. Dr. Brandon accepts most major insurances and is currently accepting new patients. So give them a call today at 337-363-5684. And once
Big bottom of the 3rd inning by the Lady Trojans. Put up 3 runs and take the lead 4-3 going to the top of the 4th. I don't know what kind of discussion we have here between the umpires. I saw he was talking to one of the assistant coaches for the visiting Lady Cougars. Not exactly sure what we got as the.
Now he's going to come talk to Coach Pete.
Yeah.
Look, I know she got thrown out at the plate, but I like the idea of sending her right there. You got 2 outs. You got a freshman coming up the bat next. It takes a perfect relay, and they did it. They made a perfect relay, and
yeah, no, there's no doubt. And Jody Landry with good speed.
Yeah.
Like I said, perfect, and well.
Well, do you think this has to do with the runner situation for Taylor and re-entering, maybe something of that nature?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, because she's on defense, but as far as I know, we did not bat out of order, as I'm keeping the book here myself. I guess maybe they're discussing how many runs were scored. As Callie scored.
They got to start that.
Yeah, that's they were questioning how many runs were scored in the inning. A little confusion there, but we got it right, and the score is right. 4-3.
Man, up 4-3 after 3 complete innings at St. Thomas More. We have the momentum right now. We've been bringing it to them.
That's right. And you got to,
And frankly, we've hit the ball better than they have. Thus far.
That's right. But still got a lot of ball game to go. So
yeah,
if we keep playing like this, you give yourself a chance, and that's all you can ask for. So here we go. Top of the 4th. Up in the zone for ball 1.
You can say it, Todd. That was a strike. It was not up.
Remy Geehans is the leadoff hitter.
But my opinion doesn't matter. So.
No, like Coach Shane would always say, the umpires and the refs are always right, so it doesn't pay to argue with them. And that next pitch is called strike. That
sounds like corner
pitch on the outer half. Again, he's been consistent. So 1-1 on a hitter, Geehans. Man, that was a little low. So as we've talked about it at length here, Amelia needs to attack, not nitpick, make him earn it. As you're in the bottom half, there's a shot down the line that's going to get foul. That would have been a home run.
It's a long strike.
A long strike again. Wind blowing, I guess you could say right to left. So that wind probably blew it foul. Otherwise, probably would have hit the foul pole, which if it hits the foul pole is fair. So you figure that one out.
Yep.
One of those baseball, softball oddities. It's a foul line, but if it's on it, it's fair. So that's 2-2.
Where we at in the lineup right here, Todd?
We 8-9-1.
8-9-1.
There's a ground ball to short. Darboling up with it over the first in time for out number one. So just like that, attack, make them earn it. As you said, long strike.
Yeah.
Nothing hurt. That's going to bring up Reese Pratt, the DP.
And while we have a second, I want to say some thank you to some more of our sponsors. We have Sabot Medical Center, Mercy Regional Medical Center, Fontenot Financial Services with Ms. Brandy Fontenot. Thank y'all.
So if I'm not mistaken, she's the one that hit the little flare.
She did.
That fell in no man's land. It was the first pitch up high for ball one.
Yeah, as we said, the 9-hole got on and it came back up to the top.
Right.
But we're able to get out of it that inning.
1 ball, no strikes. Top of the fourth. Lady Trojans leading 4-3 as ball 2. So I know she's a 9-hole hitter, Nick, and I think we talked about that last game. Being a lefty, good speed. A lot of times, if you have the luxury, that 9-hole is like another leadoff hitter. As you'll see, if she gets on here, as that runs the count to 3 balls, no strike. Here comes the 3-0 from Amelia. And down the middle for strike 1.
Just looking at the defense. Playing it pretty straight up.
Yeah, I throw that same pitch and just make her earn it. There it is, and she fouls it off to run a count to 4, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Lady Trojans leading 4-3 against the visiting Lady Cougars from St. Thomas More. Still need to be in attack mode, even though it's a full count.
Yeah, don't let up.
Here comes the 3-2 pitch from Amelia. And I was blocked a little bit. I guess it was down.
Yeah, I can't.
Looked a little down and out for ball 4. So, Lady Cougars have run at first, 1 out, with the leadoff, Emma Bailey, up to bat. She's bunted for a hit and hit a soft ground ball to shortstop for a hit. In this same exact situation, let's see if our defense makes, and we do not make the adjustment. So the 6 hole is wide open. And I can guarantee you, this hitter sees that, and she will more than likely hit it there. Oh, there's a weak ground ball to second baseman. That's a tough play. She's going to beat it out. It's unbelievable, Nick.
I mean, it's a ground ball to second base, and it's a base hit.
Yeah, it was she kind of topped at a weak ground ball. Kind of a slap type situation, but instead to the left side, to the right side. Not a whole lot JC can do with that, that type of speed.
I'm in awe of the speed. A man built of my stature has never seen such.
Same here, buddy. So Coach Pete calls time, brings in the infield, discuss defensive strategy here, what we're going to do.
Don't have a base hit to the outfield today, do they, Todd?
With the exception of the home run. Correct.
That was over the outfield.
And the little flare, but that wasn't hit hard.
Flare, that's right.
Everything's been on the infield, either bunt or a little slap or something of that nature. But yeah, you're right. To this point, nothing really. So 1 out here in the top of the 4th. The 2-hole hitter, Addison Lafferty, up. And she was hit by a pitch and ground out to third. her last at bat. Runners at first and second. There's the pitch. Ball base hit to the 5-6 hole. Here comes the throw in. She misses the cut, so runners will advance to second and third. As STM will tie up the game 4-4. You know, that's one of those things. You practice, and it's a boring practice, right? As a player, but it's so important to hit the cut, because if you hit the cut there,
We keep it, yeah.
you got runners still at first and second. We missed a cut. Now they got runners at second and third with just one out. That's ball out to the 3-hole hitter, Kennedy Stutes.
Yeah, it's danger time.
Yeah, tied game 4-4. There's a pitch up for ball 2. Well, you know, still pitching for the Lady Trojans. Top of the fourth, tied 4-4, 1 out. Lady Cougars runners on second and third with the 3-hole hitter, Kennedy Stutes up. 2 balls, no strikes. Here comes the pitch. Ball down and away. So right here, I mean, I know you got the big hitter on deck. You probably pitch around her. You know, you create a force everywhere.
Yeah.
You kind of take your chances that way. It's kind of one of those deals, pick your poison. Here's the 3-0. As she throws it down the middle for strike 1. Three balls, 1 strike on a hitter, Kennedy Stutes for the Lady Cougars. Here comes the pitch. Ball way up, out the zone. The ball 4. So that's going to load the bases for the Lady Cougars with a 4-hole hitter, Cheyenne Irvin, coming up, who homered in her last at bat. So let's see if we can get a.
You think she's going to squeeze bunt, Todd?
That's a negative. But, you know, maybe we can get a home to first, or I can't see where the middle looks like. The middle's back. That's ball out. You know, I still think you got to attack her, try and beat her in. You just can't miss down the middle. 1 ball, no strikes. Bases loaded. Cheyenne Irvin up the bat for the Lady Cougars. There's the pitch. That ball's out. That's kind of that pitch we've been getting all day. Just didn't get that one. I don't know if we thought it was up a little, or as we got another timeout. Defense here. I don't know what we can possibly be discussing.
Jolie looks like she came in to talk to JC.
The only thing you could possibly be talking about is if your middle's going to be playing back or if your infield's in. You know, with this runner and our middle infield, I probably would play my middle back and play for the double play hit to one of those two. You know, corners tight and pitcher would be coming home. And the other thing is with your middle back, even if it's a hit, you can, as ball 3, maybe a moot point, but
Yeah.
you know, your middle back, it gives your defense a little more time to react. When they in, it doesn't take as much to scoot through. So 3-0, bases loaded. Here comes the pitch.
It's
Ball 4.
Ball 4. Ball 4.
So that's going to walk a runner in for the Lady Cougars.
Have a courtesy runner coming in.
Yeah, courtesy run for the catcher. So we
But
got
again, this inning, was there 1 base hit to the outfield, and we had a ground ball to second?
well, we had a
walk.
we had a base hit in the 5-6 hole to outfield.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That was
not
lead off, and then after that, they're really
correct.
nothing.
Yeah. So bases still loaded, one out here in the top of the fourth. Lady Trojans trailing now 5-4. Now it looks like the middle infield is in, which with the speedy hitter, there's a base hit to Tally, who makes a great play. And her only play is to tag the bag at first to get the out. But yeah, that saved a run for sure. But they do score one on the play. So that's going to make the score 6-4, Lady Cougars.
All right, but if we can get this one, we're still in it.
Yeah, that was a great play by Callie. That ball was smoked. And she snagged it, and like I said, the only play was to touch her bag for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs. Runs the second and third. There's a bunt. Nice play by Rose Ordwin to get the out at first on the bunt.
Good job,
ball,
Rose.
It died right in front of the plate. Rose popped up, and it was bang bang at second. Just goes to show you.
Dr. Jake LaFleur is a proud supporter of Sacred Heart Trojan Athletics. His practice covers primary care for adults, including annual wellness visits, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer screenings, and more. Call his office at 337-363-7036 or come by 503 Jack Miller Road to schedule an appointment. Most insurances are accepted. Go Trojans.
Our fondest memories are those centered around people we care about. Fishing with Grandpa, hunting with Dad, cooking on the porch, or just sitting by a fire, telling the good old stories. Being around the people that we trust, we respect, and whom we know will always be there to help us when we need them. Just like the Evangeline Bank. Just like an old friend or family member. It's our heritage. It's who we are. It's what makes Evangeline, well, Evangeline.
That's the Evangeline Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
So we're back. Jenna Vaillant, leadoff hitter for the Lady Trojans. She takes first pitch down, ball one. Lady Trojans trailing 6-4 here in the bottom of the fourth. Here comes the 1-0. There's a high fly ball to center fielder, camped down there. And that'll be out number one.
That out at first to end last inning was brought to you by Perry's Tire and Sawbaugh Medical Center.
So for your Lady Trojans is the DP, Aubrey Gilry.
You saw my coaching job in between innings, Todd?
Yeah, I saw that.
Looked like I wasn't the first one to tell her.
One out, bottom of the fourth, Aubrey Gilry. Here we go. There's another high fly ball to the left fielder. She's camped out under it, and that'll be out number two. So
3 pitches and 2 outs.
Yeah, so we need to take a pitch here, or two, to give Amelia a little time to breathe here. After giving up 3 runs that last inning, the last thing you want to do is have a quick inning and have to run back out there. So we need to slow the game down here, see if Callie's picks up on that. Here's the pitch. Ball one.
I want to say thank you also to Capital Planning with Josh and Amy Ortego and Todd and Marcus Vail, and Healthworks Rehab with Andy, David, and Clay.
So 1-0 to Callie. Ball's down for ball 2. Callie 1 for 1 on the day. Had a base hit to left field last at bat. 9-hole hitter, Callie, 2 outs. There's 12, strike 1.
We also want to say thank you to Farm Bureau Insurance and V-Dreams Ace Hardware.
For 2-1 pitches down to ball 3. We're going to count to 3 balls and 1 strike. It's Callie, 9-hole hitter. Leadoff hitter Jolie V-Dream up. So yeah, like we said, the wind blowing out like this is, 2-run ball game, nothing. There's a shot down the line that's going to go foul. Run the count to full. Yeah, you can keep it within striking distance. And like I said, give yourself a shot.
Well, look, I know we've got some more softball to play, but you're making them earn it. They know they come into play today. They didn't come out here and walk through a win if they end up getting one.
Right. So just got a baseball score. They're up 8-3, I believe, in the bottom of the fifth against Westminster Christian. So good job, boys. There's the 3-2 pitch down in the dirt for ball four. Kylie draws a walk with 2 outs. That's another coach's nightmare. A 2-out walk to the 9-hole hitter will make you cringe.
And Jolie's got some power. I mean, she's a time run at the plate.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to call it now. Jolie is due for a long ball. I don't know how many she has on the year. 1 or 2, but she's definitely due now. Here's the pitch. Ball's up in the zone for ball 1. Lady Trojans trailing 6-4. Bottom of the fourth to the Lady Cougars from St. Thomas More. Here's the pitch. And there goes a fake. Yes, sir.
I mean, Todd.
Well, I just called that shot right there.
Well, I mean, Todd.
So a line shot by Jolie Vedrine right on cue.
I mean, how good are we? I mean, really.
So that ties the ball game for the Sacred Heart Lady Trojans. Like I said, one swing of the bat, we're right back in it, and sure enough, Jolie hits a line drive to left field just over the fence to score 2, and that's going to tie it up 6-6.
That home run brought to you by HealthWorks Rehab, and the run of the RBI brought to you by Nason Swallow Allstate.
So great job right there by the Lady Trojans, battling back after giving up 3 in the top half of the frame to strike back with 2 more to tie it up. So just keep hanging around. Anything can happen.
Should we just predict home runs for everyone now?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
No,
Here we go.
I mean,
JC.
If you want a heater.
JC up to bat. He takes strike 1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Game tied 4-4. There's the 0-1. Ball's down. 1-1.
We also want to thank Evangeline Bank and Trust Company, Dr. Jake at Mercy Regional Family Healthcare, and Dr. Brandon and nurse practitioner Amy Fontenot at Fontenot Healthcare.
There's a 1-1 to JC. Ball's down on the dirt, running 2-1. Yep. So tie ball game in the 4th, at least tied, and it's not over. I would imagine that STM is going to have some activity in the bullpen.
Go ahead.
But I was looking at the schedule, if I'm not mistaken. There's a shot
That's a base hit
to center that's going to get down for a base hit for JC. It wasn't hit extremely hard. The center fielder came in and dove for it. It got just past her. But it gets down for a base hit for JC for her 2nd hit of the day. To give the Lady Trojans a runner at first with 2 outs here. The bottom of the 4th inning. That's going to bring up Taylor Darbone, a 3-hole hitter. Two outs, runner at first. Taylor Darbone up the bat. Game tied 6-6. Here's the pitch.
Yeah, right on the middle.
Yeah, I think.
But again, we said it. There was 2 outs after 3 pitches. Callie comes up, takes a walk. Jolie gets the home run. JC gets it. You're making them work.
That's right. Yeah, you want to keep them out there as long as possible. There's a pitch. Ball up. Run the count to 1-1 against Taylor Darbone, a 3-hole hitter. Game tied 6-6 here in the bottom of the 4th. Runner at first, 2 outs. There's the pitch. Popped up on the infield. First baseman calling it. So Darbone, the base runner, runs into the fielder, attempting to catch the ball in foul territory, but you still have to give the fielder an opportunity to make that play.
She has to avoid her.
So she's called out on the play. But I think
while others surprise you, some are significant enough to affect your household finances, your investment strategy, and even your vision of the future. This is when meeting with an experienced financial professional counts. Brandy Fontenot at Fontenot Financial Services can help pre-retirees and retirees plan in anticipation of life events, as well as adjust plans in response to unexpected changes. They are prepared to help clients through their life and retirement transitions and make any necessary changes. Give her a call, 337-363-2346, or stop by 1301 West LaSalle Street in Ville Platte. HealthWorks Rehab is ready to get you back into the game. Physical therapists Andy Poche, David Vidrine, and Clay Langerno are pleased to sponsor this broadcast for the Do or Die Trojan family. Call for an appointment at our Ville Platte Clinic at 1477 West LaSalle Street, 363-2600, or in Mamou at Savoy Medical Center, 468-0460. That's HealthWorks Rehab, helping everybody work.
All right, we're back here at Lady Trojan Field, going to the top of the fifth. Score tied 6-6 between the Lady Trojans and the Lady Cougars from St. Thomas More.
Pretty pitch, inside corner.
Yeah, first pitch, strike one to Ava Segura. Got 7, 8, 9 for the Lady Cougars here. Again, looking for a 1-2-3 inning. There's a swing and a foul ball down the line. So, yeah, as we mentioned earlier, with the exception of the home run hit by the Lady Cougars, everything, one between the 5-6 hole, it's been infield hits. They really haven't hit the ball extremely hard off of Amelia. Let's see if she can continue that going here. That's ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. Is that right, or is it 1-2?
It's 1-2.
1-2. Okay.
Now it's 1-3, Todd.
Now it's 1-3. That would be a strikeout.
That strikeout brought to you by Ace Hardware.
So that's a good start to the inning. Strikeout against Agora for out number 1. That's going to bring up Remy Guillen's for the Lady Cougars, your second baseman. 1 out, top of the 5th inning. Tie ball game, 6-6. Here comes the pitch.
That was close to that outside.
Yeah, that's that pitch we've been getting all day, just to get that one over a little bit out. But real good movement on it. Good curveball right there. 1 ball, no strikes to Guillen's. There's a pitch. And there's a shot to left field. That's going to get over Jenna's head against the wall. As Guillen's is going to go in for a stand-up double. That one was hit hard, Nick.
Yeah, that one was.
That's that tricky play for the outfielders. It's kind of a line drive right at you. You don't know if it's sinking, if it's diving, and that one just kept going. It's the toughest ball for an outfielder to judge right there. So run at second base, 1 out. With Pratt, left-hander. Takes first pitch for call strike 1.
Full set of signals coming right now from third base coach. Talking to the runner. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Ian's speed over there at second, but let's see. Here's the 0-1. There's a line drive to third. Savidrine over to Pete at second base for the double play. So that's going to get us out the inning just like that. Great play.
We don't have a double play sponsor, but we can say that's brought to you by Hollywood Smiles.
The Law Office of Jacob Fuselier is pleased to sponsor this broadcast of Trojan Athletics. With offices in Ville Platte, Jacob Fuselier offers quality legal services to this community. So please call 363-6661 for all your legal needs, and let's go Trojans.
My name is Doris J. Latchley. At 33, I had a triple bypass. When I came here to Mercy, I don't know, the people were just friendly. Everything was so fast, so smooth. Everything flows here. And the people, it's just the down home, everything, y'all. It's like, I came in, it was so fast. The smaller hospital, the better the care, the more it's family. And they're really there for you. There's always a nice smile here. It really is. Like, everything was just awesome. It was the best experience I ever had at any hospital for us here.
First pitch is called strike 1 to Amelia Fontenot. Yeah, a little more velocity, a little more spin. Like a natural curveball. from the lefty, so it's going to be breaking into the right-handers here.
I just pumped 2 down the middle.
Yeah, she's a good one. She has a rise ball. She lays off. Good job. Yeah, big change of pace right here.
Yeah, they thought they were going to save it, Todd. No, no, sir.
Well,
No, sir.
you know, they if memory serves me correct, they have as Amelia chases a rise ball, it's strike 3, the first out of the inning. I believe they have Calvary Baptist tomorrow on their schedule, which Calvary Baptist is a perennial powerhouse in Division 3. So that's 1 out, bottom of the 5th, and that's going to bring up Jody Landry. And she takes the changeup high for ball 1. Yeah, first off, it's different change of pace, different spin, and it's a lefty, so it's a big difference.
I'm trying to think. This year, we haven't faced many lefties at all.
No, and I wasn't there. I believe what's her name, Callie Bell or Deal or somebody, whatever her name is.
Oh, yeah, I was
The
there. I saw
LSU
that.
commit.
Yeah, that didn't count.
And it's called strike 2. As Landry had fouled the previous pitch off, so 1 ball, 2 strikes against Jody Landry here. Again, St. Thomas More makes the pitching change, goes to their ace, OJ. Here comes the 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outer half, and look, that's going to play right into her hands with that natural curveball.
Well, because she can start it in the left box and end up over that corner that he's giving them.
That's correct. So this may be one of those deals where the Trojans may have to attempt to manufacture some runs with the small ball, or having seen the starting pitcher a couple times through. STM makes a change. Here comes Larson, and now he's given 2 balls off the plate, so it's gonna be tough for our hitters.
Yep, we're gonna have to go Oppo.
Well, you say that, and she pounded Larson in a second ago. There's a changeup down the line, and third baseman misplays, gets by her, as Larson is going to get on with the error from the third baseman. We'll take it however we can get it. So with 2 outs, Lady Trojans have a run at first base. Game tied 6-6 here in the bottom of the 5th. We got Jenna Vayon coming up to bat here for the Lady Trojans. First time facing up big.
She got a little closer to the plate.
And there's a shot down the right field line. Foul for strike 1. Hey, Coach Vic dancing over there in his box. 0-1 to Jenna Vayon. Here's the pitch. She pounds her in off the hands and flare to the first baseman for out number 3. She's going to be tough, Nick. Yes, I'm going to say that now.
Best of luck to the Sacred Heart Trojans from Nason Swallow, Allstate, and the Swallow family. Allstate Insurance Agent Nason Swallow is now open for business and ready to serve you. Born and raised in Ville Platte, Nason is committed to providing our community and surrounding areas with the best insurance products and services. A local agent that you can count on to help protect all that matters in life. The friendly staff at Nason Swallow Allstate will set your mind at ease and will even do the switching and paperwork for you. Stop by or call today. Nason Swallow Allstate, 222 North Chautauqua Street in Ville Platte. Call 337-363-6767. At this time, Perry's Tire and Service, a proud supporter of the Sacred Heart Trojans, would like to remind everyone of their services. In addition to tires, Perry's Tire Service offers oil changes, brake services, alignments, and minor engine repair. They are located at 903 West Lincoln Road in Ville Platte. Give Kevin or Lisa a call at 337-363-5621 for all of your automotive maintenance needs.
In the place of Jenna Vayon.
First pitch called strike. I believe this is the leadoff hitter, if I'm not mistaken. Top of the order for St. Thomas More. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Gets past her. I really couldn't see if it was a hit or an error. Regardless, leadoff hitter's on, and I can guarantee you she will be moving at some point if they do not attempt to bunt with Lafferty up, the 2-hole hitter. Game tied 6-6 here in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch, squares the bunt. She does bunt it foul, as the runner was on the move.
Right. And Amelia looked like she was going to be there to cover third that way, in that instance.
No balls, 1 strike. See if she squares the bunt again, or if they just straight field or whatnot. As she took off, and there's a little flare to set the shortstop. Darbone makes the play, throws back to first base. So she would have been doubled up, but the throw was off the line. That would have been huge for the Lady Trojans. But Bailey gets back safely at first base.
A little hit and run action
on the errant throw. Yeah, I don't know if it's hit and run or just green light with the steal. Regardless, again, I would expect her to be on the move here from first. So 1 out. Top of the 6th inning, game tied 6-6. STM got 1 run at first base, 3-hole hitter up. All outside. I'm gonna say this, Nick. I don't know if the umpires are watching much, but on the previous play, it did look like she was leaving a little early.
Well, I don't know if it's earlier. She's just taking a huge secondary lead, but she's way out there.
There's a fly ball on the infield. Should be out number 2. Darbone camped under it, makes the play for out number 2. Again, that is a big play with the 4-hole hitter, Cheyenne Irvin, coming up the bat here.
Well, look, leadoff hitter
2
got
outs.
on. Yeah, and you get the 2 and the 3-hole hitter. Now they're going to have to come through with a pressure hit.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, as an opposing coach, 2 outs, you definitely put your runner in motion here, get in a scoring position. There she goes. The throw goes to center field, and Stutz will take off, and nobody's backing up. Luckily, we have a brick wall, and it bounces straight back to the pitcher. Otherwise, she would have scored.
The throw was right at the bag. They just it looked like both of them checked up, expecting somebody else to catch it.
Well, I couldn't see that part of it. It looked like it was kind of up and away. Regardless, she probably would have beat it out or beat the throw, I'm guessing. Like I said, I was a little.
Well, we have a timeout on the mound right now. What do you think about just putting her on?
Yeah, I think it's what he just said. I think he just told the umpire something.
Oh.
That's probably.
Well, I want you to know, for the listeners out there, I didn't hear that. So that was just me coaching on my own.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even thinking about it, to be honest with you. But I did see him, Coach Pete, walking into the timeout, telling the umpire he put up 4. So I'm thinking, yeah, that's what's going to happen. He's going to put the hitter on intentionally, which I guess you can say helps, but they're going to put a courtesy runner on with speed, and she will probably take second. And we got a left-handed hitter up with speed, who is 0 for 3 today.
Let's see.
With 2 outs, let's see if the Trojans can work out this jam here. Runs on first and third, 2 outs. Left-handed hitter, Ralph, however you pronounce it. I'll probably pronounce it 5 different ways today. That's ball 1.
Running at first, staying put. See what a minute infield's back. A little ground ball right here, so it's gonna be tough to get.
Yeah, she hasn't showed slap or bunt. She's been straight and hit, so she may be one of the few that's not of that department. But look, it wouldn't surprise me if she would lay a bunt down, just seeing how our defense has played the bunt so far today, with 2, if not 3 base hit bunts for sure. There's a pitch out. She's fouled back. It's going to run the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. So we got to make a good pitch here, work out this jam. Let's see what happens. Wouldn't surprise me if she drops that change up in there. And there it is, down in the dirt. So the runner will take second on that. That's not a bad call. You take that chance. Her changeup, Amelia's changeup hadn't been her best pitch today as of yet. Got the ball up and away. Normally that's one of her better pitches, and some days pitchers have certain pitches that work better than others, whatnot. So full count here, 2 outs. Runners at second and third for Lady Cougars. Here comes the pitch. Foul back.
There you go. Make her earn it.
Yeah. Make her put it in place, see what could happen. Now, she's the one that hit the hard ground ball, I believe, to Callie last time. That Callie snagged. His pitch. There's a fly ball to left. Should stay in the park. And that's going to get down for 2 runs. As it looked like the wind kind of messed with the new left fielder, excuse me, Alyssa Brignac out there. Looked like she was camped out under it and then just kind of misplayed it. So the ball falls, and that scores 2 runs for the Lady Cougars. So they got a runner at second, still 2 outs. Scores 8-6 Lady Cougars, top of the 6th inning. That's going to bring up Gracie Smith, who did show bunt in a previous at-bat. She is a slapper. She slaps that one foul past Jolie down the third base line.
And she is heading out the box, pal.
Yeah, she's got good speed. It's slow roller like some of them have been hit today, and that's going to give us trouble. Just like that one. And we got her out.
Great play.
Good job by Taylor. Slow roller, which makes a good strong throw to get her out at first for the 3rd out of the inning. After 5.5, Lady Trojans trailing 8-6 to the visiting Cougars.
Police Healthcare, you do have a choice. Savoy Medical Center is the only nonprofit medical facility in Evangeline Parish. We offer a wide array of services, including behavioral health, medical detox, a 28-day substance abuse program, plus comprehensive cancer care at Savoy Cancer Center. At Savoy Medical Center, we still believe in the importance of family and community, a feeling that is obvious when you walk into our hospital. You can count on us to live our mission daily by extending the healing ministry of Jesus Christ, by taking care of your family like our family.
Savoy Medical Center would like to welcome to our family nurse practitioner Brooklyn Latour. Call Savoy Family Healthcare in Ville Platte at 337-363-0075 to schedule your appointment with Brooklyn today. Savoy Medical Center, our family healing yours.
All right, we're back here in the bottom of the 6th inning at Lady Trojan softball field. Aubrey Gilry up to lead off this inning. Takes first pitch, ball low for ball 1. Lady Trojans trailing 8-6. Bottom of the 6th inning, 6 outs to work with. See if we can get something going here. Oh, that's a foul ball. Aubrey inside pitch, fouled it off and hit her in the face mask. Rocked her pretty good. So I'd imagine we have a little pause in play here.
Sacred Heart boys final 14-4 over Westminster Academy.
Good job, boys, and Coach Gary. I'm assuming that was Westminster of Opelousas, so that would be a district game. Aubrey seems to be okay.
If nothing else, it's scary. It's coming.
Never doubt that Aubrey would be okay. He's tough as nails. Here's the 1-1. On the hand.
Came right back at her.
Back to the pitcher for out 1. They pop up. Yeah, we haven't hit a ball hard off of her yet. She's working it in and out. It's got good spin, good movement. I think she'll have to make a mistake for us to take advantage of. One out, bottom of the 6th. Callie on the hands again. But we ground ball to third base over the first in time for out number 2.
You know, he'd been given the outside corner, and then all of a sudden now she's just eating him on the inside.
Well, you can tell she commands her pitches very well. She's moving in and out with good movement. And
He's a good pitcher.
Yeah, you run into that, and it's tough. It can be a long day for the hitters. You know, she kept with her in the circle. St. Thomas More beat North DeSoto 1-0. And North DeSoto is one of the most prolific hitting teams in the state for many, many years. So that tells you something there. So first pitch to Jolie Vedrine is ball 1. 2 outs. There's a pitch. There's a liner to third. She snags it for out number 3.
That was hit well.
She did hit that one on the screw, like to say, but right at her. And that's going to do it for the Lady Trojans here in the bottom of the 6th. So we'll go to the top of the 7th. The Lady Trojans trailing 8-6. We'll be back.
Teats Food Store, located at 2210 West Main in Ville Platte, specializes in quality smoked meats. Their award-winning smoked pure pork sausage, tasso, and boudin is filled with flavor that will make you come back for more. And that's not all. Teats offers a full line of groceries, beer, wine, liquor, gas, and much more. Oh, and Teats will ship their smoked meats all over the country. Visit their website at teatsfoodstore.com or give them a call at 337-363-1839 for more details. T&J Ford, located at 1231 West Main Street in Ville Platte, wishes the Sacred Heart Trojans the best of luck. At T&J Ford, we're proud to serve the people of Ville Platte and surrounding communities with some of the most popular vehicles around Louisiana. We have a top-notch selection of brand-new vehicles to choose from, as well as an extensive inventory of pre-owned vehicles. Come by and check out our selection of crossovers, SUVs, and trucks. Plus, we have an in-house parts and service department for all your needs. That's T&J Ford. Call 337-363-2153. Or visit our website at tjfordinc.com.
So we're back here at Lady Trojan softball field. In the top of the 7th inning, Lady Trojans trailing St. Thomas More Lady Cougars 8-6 with 7, 8, 9 due up. Ava Segura leading off of the Lady Cougars here in the 7th. No still pitching. His first pitch called strike.
I believe she's the one who roped onto the left field wall last time.
Well, she struck out last time.
Okay, good call, Nick.
The next one that did, Nick.
Okay.
0-1. There's a ground ball to Vedrine at third. Throws her out at first. The hitter did not run out the box. She thinks it hit her on the foot. We made the play. No call was made at first by the umpire. Neither one called foul ball. Now they get together.
I mean, she's not wearing any gear, and she's not shaking a limb.
Yeah, that's whatever. It's a foul ball.
There's no way they saw it. They're just assuming.
Foul ball, so I was going to run a count to 0-2. Yeah, I would throw the same pitch after seeing that. And it's a fair ball. Fair ball right down the line, going into second for a double. That ball went right over the bag, which Pete's arguing that it went to the left of the bag. Look, it's one of those deals. You call it foul, you argue. You call it fair, you argue.
My argument is she should have been out anyway.
Correct. So that's going to go down as a double after the reversal of call on the previous pitch. So nobody out, runner at second base for Lady Cougars here in the top of the 7th. Lady Trojans trailing 8-6. Here comes the pitch. Squares the bunt. She does to Jolie. A third over the first in time for the out, but that will advance the runner to third base for the Lady Cougars.
I want to say thank you to Capital Planning with Josh and Amy Ortego and Todd and Marcus Mayo. Thank you all.
So that's going to bring up Reese Pratt, the 9-hole hitter, who lined to Jolie last at bat into the double play. One out, top of the seventh. All down and away. The ball one. Lady Trojans trailing by 2. One ball, no strikes, one out. Here comes the pitch. There's a weak ground ball to third baseman. Up with it over the home. Umpire calls the runner safe at home. The throw was in time. The tag was there.
Yeah.
And he calls her safe at the plate.
Yep.
Coach Pete is understandably arguing, as he should be, because that was pretty obvious there.
Yeah.
That's not a whole lot to say here about that. You could argue till you blue in the face. He's not going to change it.
Right.
It's just it's a missed call by the umpire.
And again.
And we'll move on.
Let's go.
So that's going to go fielder's choice. As the Lady Cougars score a run. As we got timeout by the base umpire.
He's going to come tell Coach Will to stop.
Well, I think he's going to probably talk to controlling the fans here.
Mm-hmm.
As our fans are getting a little rowdy, and understandably so. But it's pretty simple. They do the job right. We don't have to argue about it. And maybe it was to Coach Will because he didn't tell our fans anything. So, top of the seventh, one out. Lady Trojans down 9-6. Cougars runner on first base, one out with the leadoff hitter, Emma Bailey. So, excuse me for the lack of commentary here. We had a ground ball back to the pitcher. Ground ball back to the pitcher. She was going to first and changed her mind, went to second. We weren't covering second base, so we had to fight to get to the bag. And the umpires didn't know.
So the base umpire saying that he was blocked and couldn't see it refers to the home plate umpire, but he was standing directly in line behind the pitcher, so there's no way he has a clear view.
So they call her safe at second base. So as of now, and they're not gonna change this because umpires never go against each other.
Right.
So another missed call, I would call it, by the umpires here. So that really puts us here in a pickle with one out. We should be out the inning here with no runs. Instead, Cougars have one on the board so far with runners still at first and second with one out. As Coach Pete is still arguing with the home plate umpire now. And I think it has more to do with the missed call at home than that missed call here. And I think Coach Pete, he's doing better than me because I probably would be.
You'd be in the parking lot?
Sitting in the clubhouse by now. I'm sure you can hear our fans getting rowdy. And again, understandably so.
The thing is, that's two calls this inning that were made by umpires that it's not their call to make. We had the foul ball at home plate that the base umpire called from behind the first baseman.
Correct.
And then now the home plate umpire called a forced play at second, where the base umpire was right there at second base.
So that's going to bring up the two-hole hitter, Lafferty, with runners on first and second. With one out. Still need to minimize this damage. You know, that's a foul ball called correctly.
I want to applaud you for your restraint because I can feel it, and you're doing a good job.
Well,
So we a family program.
we're doing our best, Nick. We're doing our best. 0-2 on the hitter. Here's the pitch. And of course, then it's going to be a shot in the gap that's going to score 2 runs with the speed. Here comes the throw into home. That's off the mark. Throw back to second base. And now the Lady Trojans throwing the ball all over the place for no apparent reason. So a couple missed calls and bad breaks. And as it always happens, we get a opposing team gets a base hit and they score 2 runs.
And now we got 3 and 4 coming up.
From an inning that should have been no runs and 3 outs and 3 hitters, the first 3 batters, we've gone to giving up.
It was 8. It was
giving up 3 runs with just 1 out and a runner on third. It was the first pitch to Stutes, called strike.
We got a little 8U coach pitch game tonight at 6:45. Todd, if you want to go call another one.
Well,
you feel
that's pitch by Amelia Ball. Well, I'm going from here, Nick, to my little boy plays at 6:45. So
we can pack up the gear. We can call the Fawns and
yeah.
What team is he on?
Well, we got the 10U. I think that's called the Miners. The Cubs. There's the pitch. Ball high. The Cubs, and if I understood correctly, he should be pitching because we have confirmation Friday, so he's going to miss that game Friday. So Coach said he's going to use all his pitches tonight.
Well, I look poor thing for the opponent.
There's the pitch, called strike 2. Run the count to 2-2 against Stutes here. Lady Trojans trailing 11-6. Well, it was a very good game. It's kind of got out of hand here in the top of the 7th. 2-2 to Stutes, 1 out, run on third. There's the pitch. There's a ground ball through the legs of Callie at first, but JC backing her up makes the play on Callie's recovery for the out at first, but that scores a run for the Lady Cougars.
Now 12-6 with 2 out.
Yeah, like I said, a very entertaining game, competitive game, and just really got out of hand here in the last inning.
Yeah.
And hate to, as that's ball 1 to Cheyenne, hate to blame umpires for anything, but that was 3 outs that they.
Well, and that's what it is. Look, sometimes blown calls happen, but sometimes they don't cost you. That wasn't the case here.
Right. Regardless.
Yep. Here we are.
2 balls, no strikes to Cheyenne Urban. There's ball 3. I'm not sure Amelia's pitch count, which at this point in the game is probably not that big of a deal, but it's got to be getting up there. There's the pitch, 3-0. Called ball 4.
And, I got to tell you, the score to me is not indicative. I think she performed well today throwing the ball.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I can only think that there was a hit by pitch and one, we had a couple walks, but a couple of them were pretty much intentional.
Yeah. Couple walks, couple costly errors, misplayed balls, couple bad calls, bad breaks from the umpires, and then on the flip side, we made some good plays. They hit into 2, I believe it was two double plays, if I'm not mistaken. The line drive, or we didn't get the other one, but that was ball 1 to Logan Raup. 12-6. Lady Trojans trailing here in the top of the 7th. 2 outs. Running at first base for the Lady Cougars. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. Strike 1.
For those of y'all still listening, Coach Todd and I will be back here tomorrow at 4:30 for a home game against Catholic of Point Capete, which is a huge game.
Yeah, it's one, it's a district game, which Opelousas Catholic has already won the district, but Catholic Appoint-Coupee is number 2 in the power ratings in our division. So that would be a big win if we can get it. That's ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. As we had an attempted throw from Rose, an attempted snap throw to first, and I don't know if it hit the batter or if it hit the bat or if her hand hit the bat. Luckily, the ball rolled straight to JC at second base or Callie at first. The runner didn't advance. Here comes the 3-1. Fouled out of play. We're going to count the full.
All right,
So,
let's go. Let's make a pitch.
Run will be on the move. There's a deep shot to center. The wind play tricks on that one as well. Ball hits against the wall. That's going to score a run. And Ralph, it's a stand-up double. That's a tough play for Jody, who hasn't played a whole lot of center field in her defense. A left-handed hitter, the wind blowing right to left. It started right at her, and it started fading towards the left center field gap.
We're going to have a pitching change.
Yeah, we're going to pitch a change. It looks like Jenna Manuel, who pitched at Jim last night.
This pitch and change will be brought to you by Perry's Tire. Thank you, Kevin, Becky, and Lisa.
So Jenna Manuel's going to come in and try and finish this one up, get the last out of the game. Senior Jenna Manuel. Like I said, she pitched a really good game last night against Cecilia in a 4-2 win for the Lady Trojans. Score now is 13-6, 2 outs. St. Thomas More Lady Cougars have a runner at second base. So yeah, we Jenna Emanuel taking her warm-up pitches here. Again, we want to thank all of our sponsors for putting this game on, and I want to take this time while we're having a little break is to thank FGS for generously how do I word this? They were responsible for funding our new restroom facilities here. Mr. Brad Benson and Mr. Ike Morant at FGS, two alum of Sacred Heart, generously funded the entire project. Something that's been in the making. That I personally, about 5 years ago, have tried to get it going. But however long this field has been here, 30 plus years, I would assume.
The portalets have been there that long too?
We have been renting porta potties. So we no longer have porta potties at the gate. So we got nice restroom facilities. So I want to thank those guys for doing that for our school and our softball girls. And
absolutely,
always looking to improve our facilities, whether it's softball, baseball, football, the school itself, anything that we can beautify the campus really helps out. So it looks like we're getting back. Jenna Manuel's completed her warm-up pitches as we have Gracie Smith. This will be the 9th hitter of the inning coming up. Scores 13-6. Lady Trojans trailing here in the top of the 7th, 2 outs. Lady Cougars have a runner at second base. Here's first pitch from Manuel. Ball down and away. As she is one of the slappers. Probably not the fastest of the slappers. As she grounded out to shortstop last time. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Called strike.
Thank you.
As Bruno at second looks to be getting a little aggressive there. Good job by Rose recognizing that. Getting caught falling asleep. As Jolie's up. She needs to get back on a non-play. There's a ground ball to Jolie. Up with it. Over to first.
She picked it up.
Ball down on the dirt. Fell out of Callie's glove. She picked it up.
Can we appeal to him now?
She umpire calls her safe. So that's gonna go as an E5. As we have flipped the lineup here.
Come on, girl. You're just fighting this one.
Still 2 outs.
Yeah.
Segura up for Lady Cougars. First and third for the Lady Cougars, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Pitch up and away. Ball 1. As Jenna gets her signal. Here comes the pitch. Runners on the move. There's a ground ball. It's a shortstop. Goes off of Dorbone's glove into left field. That's going to be an E6.
We're just on a downhill slide. We can't stop.
As run scores. And runner advances to third. That was at first. And the hitter advances to second base. So your score is now 14-6. Still 2 outs. So yeah, we started this inning. It was 8-6, and we should have gotten out of this inning the first 3 hitters. Couple bad calls, bad breaks.
Well, and what it does is I just hope that the kids don't. I hope that we made this a game. We fought. They knew that they came here and they got a fight and they got all they wanted. The score may not indicate that at the end, but it absolutely was.
There's a little flare to the pitcher. She kind of went back on it, and I was blocked, but she clearly bobbled it, and I don't know who caught it, but somebody caught it. So that's out number 3. I don't know if it was JC or Taylor that caught it.
No, the pitcher.
Oh, she caught
Jenna,
it. Okay.
yeah.
So Jenna ended up catching it. So that's out 3. So finally, after 6 runs, we get out the inning. Trojans trailing 14-6 going to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back.
This game is brought to you in part by Total Automotive, 610 Tate Cove Road in Ville Platte. Total Automotive is your go-to place for all automotive repairs, tires, AC service, and much more. Total Automotive is an authorized CarQuest auto parts dealer featuring everything you need to get you back on the road with confidence. Total Automotive is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays, 7 a.m. to noon. Go Trojans! Total Automotive in Ville Platte. Call 337-363-7771. This game is being brought to you by Vidrine's Ace Hardware, located in Ville Platte and Rain. Go by and see Cody, Louise, Phillip, and the staff for all your hardware needs. Vidrine's is fully stocked with paint, mulch, grills, plumbing supplies, lawn and garden supplies, hunting supplies, electrical supplies, and much more. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks. Go Trojans!
All right, we're back. We're back here at Lady Trojans softball field, going into the bottom of the 7th. Lady Trojans trailing 14-6 with JC here to lead it off against OJ. As first pitch hits JC, so she will take her base.
We want to say thank you to Perry's Tire and Saba Medical Center and also to Ace Hardware. Thank y'all.
So JC gets hit by a pitch, and we're going to have I don't understand what happened there. 4 for somebody, but it's not even her turn up, so you can't do that just yet, but here we go. Taylor Darbone up to bat. Nobody out, bottom of the 7th. First pitch is called strike. Nick, did you see the movement on that pitch?
No, I didn't. On the left of the
It's
umpire's right behind me. I'm gonna stand up and watch.
it's pretty impressive. I can see why she's tough. That's ball one. On the count 1-1.
I think even with my athletic prowess, I would struggle.
One and one to count to Darbone. There's the pitch. There's the base hit to left field. So the inside pitch, Darbone just turned on it. So, Lady Trojans, not going to go out without a fight. So here's the sub. We got Avery Pete that's going to be hitting in Amelia's position. Well, which is now Jenna Manuel's position. And she takes ball one outside. 14-6, bottom of the seventh. Nobody out. Lady Trojans trailing. Runners on first and second. Good pitch and for a strike. Make the count 1-1 to Avery Pete. Sophomore Avery Pete, sister of Jacelyn Pete. So we have let's change up high. The ball two. So we have two sets of sisters on this team. We have JC and Avery, and then Rose and Emily. There's the 2-1.
It's an outside pitch, yeah.
It's not a strike. We call it a strike. Run the count to 2-2. Here's the 2-2. That ball's outside. Run the count to full. So at this point, you just need base runners.
Yeah.
You know, wait till your last out. Anything can happen. You know, I've been part of a game where we were up 13-1 and we lost 14-13.
Really?
There's a weak ground ball to the first baseman who takes a bad hop. Takes a bad hop at the first base. She makes the play. We never got a call at first. In the meantime, they throw the ball. They throw the ball to home trying to score, and she's out easily. So that's going to be a double play by Lady Cougar. So that a ground ball to the first baseman, took a bad hop. It was bang bang at first. No call was made. JC came around third, tried to score, so they throw to home after the first baseman stepped on the bag. They get her out at home. So now they're having another discussion to decide if she's out at first, which I'm pretty sure they're going to call her out, and they already call her out at home.
It looked like JC was looking. She was talking to Coach P when she came around that she thought there was obstruction, and because when she was coming into home, she wasn't flying in. She was kind of coasting in, and was thrown out about 3 or 4 steps. And then when they called her out, she looked at Coach Pete and was putting her arm out with the obstruction call. She's saying the third baseman, look, she's reenacting it right here.
Well,
but the thing is, there's nobody watching that call.
Nobody's watching that call. I mean, the one to watch that call would have to be the home plate umpire.
Right.
Which the base umpire didn't see the play at first, so he's asking for help from home. But if he's watching third, and he can't give him help because he didn't see anything. So now we're just guessing.
That's 5 calls. That's what Coach Pete's telling him.
So now we just flip a coin, and whatever comes up, that's the call we make. All that being said, this inning has made this game almost comical by the two guys wearing Navy, and that would be the umpires. All that being said, there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Darbone's at third. Jody Landry's up to bat. And now the umpire is going to call probably anything just so he can get out of here. That's strike one. I'm trying to be nice, guys.
You're doing a great job.
Trying to be nice. There's a foul ball by Jody Landry.
Well, my only issue with it, is I can get it if it's a judgment call and it's wrong. but now they're making calls on plays that's not even theirs. It's not their responsibility. They shouldn't be watching it.
Correct.
So how can they make the call?
And that's strike three, and that's going to be the ball game. And the Lady Trojans are going to fall to the St. Thomas More Lady Cougars 14-6. Again, the score is not indicative of how this game was played, as it was an 8-6 ball game going into the seventh, and then the wheels fell off of everybody.
Yep.
As the teams are shaking hands, but Amelia did a really good job keeping us in the ball game. We talked about it at the onset that we'd have to play pretty much flawlessly. We had a couple of mistakes here and there.
Right.
Came back to haunt us.
But we made it a game for a long time. I mean, up until the last inning. I mean, it was a game.
We did. It's unfortunate that the umpires made it look like the way it ended.
Right.
But it is what it is. It's a loss for the Lady Trojans. We'll be back in action again tomorrow against the Point Capee. Drawing a blank.
I don't know what they are.
Hornets. The Lady Hornets, correct. At 4:30, me and Mr. Nick will be back on the air then. About 4:15 or so, get you started. And hopefully we'll have a better result tomorrow. For Mr. Nick, you got anything?
No, that's it. Thank y'all for watching and listening.
Yep. All right. For Mr. Nick, this is Todd Orderman. We'll getting out of here, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Have a good night.